Mercury in the ninth house, the expanding horizon. Welcome to Mercury in the ninth house in synastry. In this overlay, we explore what happens when one person's Mercury, their mind, their curiosity, their articulate engagement with ideas, falls into another person's ninth house, the house of philosophy, higher education, belief systems, foreign cultures, travel, meaning and the search for what is true on the grandest possible scale. This is one of the most expansive overlays in synastry. Mercury is a planet of the near and the specific. It engages with immediate detail, with the texture of the present, with concrete particulars. The ninth house reaches in the opposite direction, toward the horizon, toward the largest questions, toward what lies beyond the known. When Mercury lands here in overlay, the result is a mind that becomes genuinely excited by the house person's world of meaning, belief, and far-reaching vision. The Mercury person finds the house person's philosophical perspective, their cultural horizons, their spiritual or religious framework, their relationship to the grand questions of existence. All of this becomes a source of intense intellectual stimulation. The house person seems, to the Mercury person, to live at a scale that is both bracing and invigorating. Their conversations do not stay in one place. They open vistas. They reach further than the Mercury person is accustomed to reaching, and that stretch feels genuinely worthwhile. The house person, in turn, finds the Mercury person a valuable thinking partner for the questions they care about most. The Mercury person brings precision and articulacy to the house person's broader vision, helping to ground, structure, and communicate ideas that might otherwise remain beautifully sweeping, but insufficiently clear. There is a productive and creative tension here between the Mercury person's love of the specific and the house person's orientation toward the expansive. At its best, this tension makes both people better thinkers. One of the genuine pleasures of this overlay is the quality of intellectual exploration it fosters. These two people travel well together, not necessarily literally, though literal travel is often a feature of this connection, but above all intellectually. They introduce each other to new ideas, new authors, new philosophical traditions, new ways of understanding what it means to be human. Every conversation has the potential to go somewhere neither of them expected when it began. There is also a strong teaching and learning quality to this overlay. The Mercury person may be drawn to share knowledge with the house person, explaining, elaborating, making concrete what the house person has held in broader intuitive form. The house person, oriented naturally toward growth and understanding, tends to be a genuinely willing and grateful student. This can reverse as well, with the house person's wider wisdom and philosophical depth enriching the Mercury person's more immediate and detailed thinking. The Mercury person may also become a bridge between the house person's large ideas and the practical world, helping to translate vision into language, philosophy into communicable form, belief into something that can be shared with others. This is a genuinely valuable function. To the challenges, the Mercury person's precision can occasionally clash with the house person's preference for the broad and the approximate. The ninth house thinks in large strokes and is not always interested in being corrected on the details. Mercury wants accuracy, specificity, evidence. This difference in intellectual temperament can produce lively and productive debate, but it can also produce genuine frustration when neither person is willing to move. The house person may find the Mercury person's focus on detail and accuracy to be limiting, as though they are being pulled back from the horizon by someone who wants to stop and examine the ground. And the Mercury person may find the house person's philosophical leaps to be insufficiently rigorous, built on intuition and conviction rather than on verifiable fact. When worldviews differ significantly, and in the ninth house, worldview is close to identity, disagreements can feel high stakes. These are not merely differences of opinion. They can feel like fundamental incompatibilities of how the world is understood. When navigated with genuine mutual respect and intellectual curiosity that flows in both directions, Mercury in the ninth house produces one of the most stimulating and growth-oriented connections in synastry. Two people who make each other think more broadly, question more honestly, and reach more courageously toward what they believe to be true. Mercury in the ninth house is ultimately about the expanding mind and the rare and lasting pleasure of having a companion willing to travel that far with you.
Thank you for listening. Next, we explore Mercury in the 10th house.